Hey guys, and welcome to my monthly wrap-up video. Today we are going to be talking about everything I've watched and read in the month of March. Now, you'll note if you've watched these before, normally I talk about video games that I've played here as well. However, since I started a video gaming channel in January of this year, I do a wrap-up over there as well, and I know some of you guys are subscribed to both, and I just thought that it would be a little bit repetitive if I talked about video games here and then talked about video games on my other monthly wrap-up on the second channel. So I've made the decision to only talk about things I've watched and read in this wrap-up series here. So we'll be talking about films, TV shows and books. We will not be talking about video games, again just because I think it's a little bit repetitive. So if you do want to know all of the video games that I have played this month, then shameless plug, please head over to my second channel, Ember Games, where you can see that. So I hope you don't mind the change too much, but again, I didn't want to make it too repetitive for people who are subscribed to both channels. Let's get started with my monthly wrap-up. I know it's a little bit early, but if you can hear anything in my voice, I am recovering from a pretty bad cold, and I do have a busy week ahead, so I've decided to film this now. So in terms of films that I've watched this month, the short answer, much like January's, is none. I have not watched any films this month at all. I don't know why. Do you know what? For some reason, films have I've just not had the inclination to watch a film for a while, to be honest. I used to watch films a lot. I am definitely more of a TV show person. Hopefully we will have more films in the future, but I just haven't had the drive to watch a film. So we'll move on to TV shows, and I've only watched one this month. I am currently watching it. I have spoke about it before. It is The Crown. I have just started series 3, so please no spoilers, although I do know the history of the royal family, so I'm sure you can't spoil it too much. But I haven't seen Olivia Colman as the Queen yet. I'm about to watch series 3, episode 1 tonight. So I hope we get to see Claire Foy and Matt Smith again, and also, I forgot the woman's name, but the woman who plays Princess Margaret, the younger version. I am so excited to see Helena Bonham Carter as Princess Margaret, but I am hoping we see the younger versions in flashbacks again, because I'm not ready to let go of them. Much like other shows that do time jumps, I get attached to the set of actors that are playing the younger versions, and then when they move to the older versions, a bit like House of the Dragon, I start to lose focus a little bit because I get so attached to the original cast. So hopefully that doesn't happen with The Crown. I am really enjoying it so far, and obviously you will hear about that in next month's wrap-up as well. So let's talk about the books that I've read this month. I don't know if I've said this on this channel, but my aim is to read 30 books this year. I don't know what's happening with my camera. I've just noticed how bright it is, sorry. The first book I've spoke about in every month's wrap-up since January, and that is 52 Lists for Happiness by Maria Seal. Won't talk about it too much because it will be in every wrap-up until the end of the year, because it is a yearly journaling book. Basically, it's weekly journaling, inspiration for positivity, balance and joy. I've said before, and I'll say it again, I do have problems with my mental health, so doing stuff like this really does help, but I won't say too much about it. I do recommend the author if you like journaling, but again, it will be in every month's video. Moving on, we have Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. I think this was in last month's as well. I finished it this month. I don't know how much I said last month, so I'll keep it brief. I have watched the Practical Magic film, and it's one of my favourite films. I never read the book, so I gave the book a go, and I absolutely love it. I am hopefully going to read some more Alice Hoffman, because I do really enjoy her writing style. And of course I do love witchcraft type things, so I absolutely love this book. Moving on, again I've spoke about this one before, so I won't talk too much. We have The Art and Making of Hogwarts Legacy. If you watched last month's video, I was debating whether to read this or not, because I haven't actually been able to play Hogwarts Legacy yet, because I do not own a PS5 or an Xbox Series S, and I'm not very good with PC gaming, so I am waiting for it to come on the Xbox One. I had it spoiled for me because we are in the age of social media where everything's spoiled, so I decided to go ahead and read the book, and it's very, very interesting. Moving on to the next book now. We have Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I have a really funny sort of story with this. So me and my dad years ago went to see a different film in the cinema, and I had got it wrong, and we went a week early. The film hadn't actually come out yet. So we thought we didn't want to waste our trip, so we ended up going to see Gone Girl. We knew nothing about it. We were terrified it was a horror because we're kind of wimps, me and Dad. So we went to see Gone Girl completely by accident and ended up absolutely loving it. I have read the book before. I decided to give it a reread this year, and I do absolutely love Gone Girl. And I was really struck by Gillian Flynn's writing, so I decided to go ahead and read the other books of hers that I have. So I read Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn this month. I know that this was a limited edition TV series. I've not actually seen the TV series. This book, do you know those books where you read it and you just have to sit down and process your thoughts for a while? This really hit me, this book. It needs every trigger warning that's possible, but it's just one of those books that it's really, really difficult to talk about without spoiling it. But it's basically two girls disappear in this lady's hometown called Camille, and she goes back to her hometown. She's an investigative journalist to try and do a piece on the story and to see what's happened. She has a fractured relationship with her mother. Her little sister passed away years ago, and there's bits and pieces that unravel with that. And it's so hard to talk about because, like I say, this is filled with twists and turns, and the ending just absolutely threw me for a loop. I absolutely adored this book. Like I say, Gillian Flynn's writing style I really, really enjoy. So I would highly recommend Sharp Objects, but if you are sensitive or if there are certain things that will be a trigger for you, please be careful because this book requires, like I say, pretty much every trigger warning in the book. No pun intended there. And again, another Gillian Flynn. I am reading this at the moment, so I can't talk too much about it. I'll talk about it more in next month's wrap-up, but I'm that much through, and it is Dark Places. Again, very, very dark book, as you can tell. Basically, the plot of this one is a girl called Libby Day. Her brother, this is going to be hard to talk about as well. So she testifies when she was 7 years old that her brother murdered her entire family, but things might not be all that they seem. And I've got to the point in the book at the moment where she is about to go and see her brother in prison for the first time. So again, I can't really talk about it too much because I've not finished it, but I just absolutely love Gillian Flynn's work. I've heard that she has a 4th book in the works, so I'll be eagerly awaiting that. And the final book I have to talk to you about is the Tomb Raider strategy guide. I decided to go ahead and pick this up. We were talking on my other channel that I don't have as many strategy guides as I thought, so I picked the Tomb Raider one up. This is technically not classed as reading because it is a strategy guide, but I thought I would include it here. So that's everything that I've watched and read this month. So again, if you want to know about the video games that I've played, please head over to my second channel. That video will be coming out this Wednesday. Hopefully I have more content for you guys. I'm sorry I've been very lax on YouTube. I feel like I keep saying that. I do have a job outside of YouTube and I'm planning a wedding and lots of other stuff. So that's why YouTube has unfortunately taken a back burner, or back seat as it were. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I see you before, but if I don't, I will see you next month for April's wrap-up. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this kind of thing, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.